Hi, I'm Leanne from Global Media Networks with a summary for today. Bourse continued its slide as both indices closed in the red due to heavy selling pressure stemming from margin calls and prices falling across the board. The all-share price index shed 2.3% to close at 5,316, whilst the mostly Lanka price index lost 2% to close at 4,627. Total turnover for the day was 870 million and total volume traded was 38,000 shares. Few of the market deals managed to prop up turnover levels whilst retail activity remained low. Heavyweight John Keel saw 3 blocks totaling 922,500 shares change hands at 165 rupees. The counter traded over 1.2 million shares and contributed over 207 million towards the day's tally. Banking sector heavyweight Commercial Bank also drew interest across the board and saw a block of 400,000 change hands at 102 rupees. NDB followed and saw 235,500 shares change hands at 122 rupees 50 cents. Counters such as Browns and CTC saw attractive volumes trading mainly due to interest from bargain hunters. Swarna Mahal Finance continued its dominance, emerging as the retail favorite counter once again. The counter contributed over 17 million towards the day's turnover, trading a volume over 100,000 shares. Volumes were led by Blue Diamond non-voting, Pan Asia Power, and SMB Leasing non-voting. Overall, the Bourse has lost 12.47% so far during the year, being the worst performer among the Asian markets. Moving on to corporate results, we have Hemas Holdings reported a net profit of 351 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 837 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Hemas Power reported a net profit of 81 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 246 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Then we have DFCC Bank reporting a net profit of 937 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 2,149 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Lanka Flow Tiles reported a net profit of 140 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 284 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Dolphin Hotels reported a net profit of 29 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 51 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Amaya Leisure reported a net profit of 83 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net profit of 182 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Haley's MGT Knitting Mills reported a net loss of 157 million for the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net loss of 515 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Lanka Aluminium Industries reported a net profit of 77,000 rupees in the third quarter of 2012, resulting in a net loss of 3.1 million for the first to the third quarter of 2012. Moving on to business news. Brown Ratings Lanka has assigned long and short-term corporate credit ratings of A and P2 to CIC Holdings, with a stable outlook on the long-term rating. Lanka Tobacco Company yesterday emerged as the country's third most valuable stock, beating diversified conglomerate Carson Cumberbatch plc, with a closing price of 490 rupees. Lanka Tobacco Company's market capitalization was 91.78 billion, or 4.53% of the total, whilst Carson Cumberbatch, at its value of 461.40 rupees, was worth 90.61 billion, or 4.47%. A foreign fund linked to JP Morgan yesterday bought 10 million shares, or a 0.5% stake in Expo Lanka Holdings for 70 million rupees. High net worth investor Family Captains on Monday picked up 5 million shares of Commercial Bank for 500 million rupees, while several other local institutional investors joined in the bandwagon. On Monday, 8.5 million shares of the Commercial Bank traded for 859 million rupees, with bulk of the selling by SBI Ven Holdings. Nations Trust Bank yesterday announced the appointments of Dhammika Prasanna De Silva and Nilendra Shalini Panditaratna as the non-executive directors with effect from the 1st of January 2012. The Securities and Exchange Commission imposed a 10% price band on acne printing and packaging with effect from the 9th of February 2012 to the 16th of February 2012, both days inclusive. With that, I round up the summary and the market segment of Global Media Networks. Thank you.